According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 61.2 million people, or 21.9% of the entire United States population, used illicit drugs in the past year. The most commonly used drug was marijuana, which 52.5 million people used. Nearly 2 in 5 young adults 18 to 25 used drugs in the past year, and 1 in 3 young adults 18 to 25 used marijuana in the past year. 9.2 million people 12 or older misused opioids in the past year. 46.3 million people aged 12 or older, 16.5% of the population, met the DSM-5 criteria for having a substance use disorder in the past year, including 29.5 million people who were classified as having an alcohol use disorder and 24 million people who were classified as having a drug use disorder. The percentage of people who were classified as having a past year substance use disorder, including alcohol and or drug use disorder, was highest among young adults aged 18 to 25 compared to youth and adults 26 and older. In 2021, 94% of people aged 12 or older with a substance use disorder did not receive any treatment. Nearly all people with a substance use disorder who did not get treatment at a specialty facility did not think they needed treatment. Addiction is a massive problem in America, and it is becoming one of the greatest national concerns we've ever had. In this video, I will explain what addiction is, list some examples, and some solutions that can be implemented to combat the addiction crisis in America. First, we must define what an addiction is. Inside the brain, there's something called the reward pathway. This is a series of neural structures that are involved in the regulation of feelings of pleasure, motivation, and reinforcement of behaviors. This system is crucial for survival as it encourages humans to engage in activities that are necessary for life, like eating and socializing, by making these activities feel enjoyable. However, this same system is also deeply involved in addiction, because many addictive substances overstimulate the reward pathway, leading to compulsive use. I will now list the 11 criteria. Using more of a substance than intended or using it longer than you're meant to. Trying to cut down or stop using the substance but being unable to. Experiencing intense cravings or urges to use the substance. Needing more of the substance to get the desired effect. Developing withdrawal symptoms when not using the substance. Spending more time getting and using drugs and recovering from substance use. Neglecting responsibilities at home, work, or school because of substance use. Continuing to use even when it causes relationship problems. Giving up important or desirable social and recreational activities due to substance use. Using substances in risky settings that put you in danger. Continuing to use despite the substance causing problems to your physical and mental health. Now, I will cover some common addictions and how to overcome them. Alcohol addiction. Alcohol addiction, or alcohol use disorder, AUD, is a medical condition characterized by the inability to control alcohol consumption despite negative consequences. People with alcohol addiction may feel a strong craving or urge to drink and often continue drinking even when it harms their health, relationships, or responsibilities. Key signs of alcohol addiction include inability to limit alcohol intake leading to excessive drinking. Withdrawal symptoms such as nausea, sweating, or shakiness when alcohol is not consumed. Needing more alcohol to achieve the same effects. Prioritizing drinking over personal, social, or work obligations. Drinking even when it leads to physical, emotional, or social problems. To fight alcohol addiction, you must first acknowledge that you are in fact addicted. Many people would argue, I'm not addicted, I can quit any time I want. If this is the case, you might be in denial. Depending on the severity of the addiction, you may have to undergo medical supervision. Detoxification is often necessary to manage severe withdrawal symptoms, which can be life-threatening. To determine the severity of withdrawal, you can compare your symptoms to the following. Mild symptoms include anxiety or irritability, shakiness or hand tremors, headaches, sweating, nausea, vomiting, insomnia, rapid heart rate, and loss of appetite. Moderate symptoms include increased tremors, confusion or disorientation, mood swings, increased heart rate, fever or excessive sweating, hallucinations, and severe nausea and vomiting. Severe symptoms include severe confusion or delirium, severe agitation, seizures, visual or auditory hallucinations, high fever, extreme tremors, severe sweating, and dangerously high blood pressure and a rapid heart rate. If you have moderate or severe symptoms, you should seek medical advice. If you have mild symptoms, you can attend Alcohol Anonymous meetings and therapy. Changing your habits and avoid triggers such as going to a bar with friends also help drastically in fighting alcohol addiction. The journey to recovering from alcohol addiction may take time and effort, but many people successfully overcome alcohol addiction with the right combination of treatment, support, and lifestyle changes. If you want to overcome alcohol addiction, the most important thing is to stay committed to overcoming it. Drug addiction. Drug addiction, also known as substance use disorder, SUD, is a chronic and relapsing condition characterized by the compulsive use of a drug despite harmful consequences. It affects the brain's reward system, motivation, memory, and behavior, making it extremely difficult for individuals to stop using the substance even when they recognize its damaging effects. Symptoms often include the following: increased use over time, using larger amounts or for longer periods than intended. Unsuccessful attempts to cut down or quit despite a desire to stop. Neglecting responsibilities at work, school, or home. Withdrawing from family, friends, and social activities to use drugs. Secretive behavior or lying about drug use. Risky behaviors, such as driving under the influence of drugs and sharing needles with friends. Prioritizing drug use over hobbies, relationships, or personal interests. Continuing to use despite negative consequences, such as legal issues or relationship problems. Changes in appearance, such as weight loss, poor hygiene, or dilated or constricted pupils. Changes in sleep patterns, such as insomnia or excessive sleeping. Development of tolerance, needing more of the drug to achieve the same effect. Mood swings, such as irritability or emotional instability. Anxiety, paranoia, or excessive worry. And lastly, depression. To fight a drug addiction, you should seek medical attention, as withdrawal is often more severe than other addictions. Doctors will likely prescribe medicine such as methadone, buprenorphine, or naltrexone. They will also suggest rehab or therapy to help the withdrawal process. Many people with addiction also struggle with mental health disorders, such as depression, anxiety, or PTSD. Treating both the addiction and the mental health condition is essential for lasting recovery. The most common symptom of gambling addiction is the inability to stop. Another significant sign is trying to win back money lost by gambling even more, leading to deeper financial trouble. To fix this addiction, you should avoid casinos and other places where you make bets. You can also attend therapy or seek medical advice. Gambling is okay as long as you're responsible with your money. For example, it's wise to only go to a casino with money you don't mind losing. This involves a specific budget so you don't lose all your money. Addiction, whether related to substances like alcohol or drugs or behavioral patterns such as gambling, is a growing crisis in the United States. With millions of people affected, particularly among young adults, addiction wreaks havoc on individuals, families, and communities. Understanding the science behind addiction, including how the brain's reward pathway becomes hijacked, is crucial in developing effective treatment strategies. Addressing addiction involves a combination of professional help, such as therapy and medical intervention, alongside personal commitment and support systems. While recovery is challenging, it is achievable through a structured approach, education, and ongoing care. Ultimately, tackling addiction will require societal efforts, increased access to treatment, and breaking the stigma surrounding mental health and addiction. I hope this video helped you learn more about addiction. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and give us a good grade.